Hi everyone and welcome to the next video in our Training for Summer online courses. In this video we're going to learn how to make a basic gradebook on Moodle. A gradebook is a great feature to have when you're teaching an online course because it allows the student to go into the gradebook, see how they're progressing as the course goes on, and it's great for the teacher because it allows you to keep track of your grades as the weeks of your class continue. I always suggest that a professor keeps a secondary copy of their grades just in case. So to start setting up our gradebook, we want to go up to the upper right hand corner where the gear is, click on it and choose Gradebook Setup. In this example, we're going to set up different categories and weight them in different percentages. So each category will be a different percentage and you'll get an idea as we go along. But the first thing we want to make sure that we do when we see our gradebook is we want to go to the main page. So the name of my page is Training Video Moodle page. And I want to click on under the Actions menu, the Edit button. Click Edit, Edit Settings, and then once you go inside, you want to change the aggregation to weighted mean of grades. This will allow you to put a percentage in as we create our categories for how much you want that category to be worth. So press Save Changes, and now we have our weighted mean of grades set. And you can see it says weights here now. As we add our categories, you're going to see why that's important. So I have our syllabus here and I have everything all set up in terms of our grading information. So we're going to base everything on this set of grades here. So the first thing we want to do is click Add Category. And what I like to think of when I'm adding categories is I think of it as a folder. So the category is a folder and everything that goes inside that folder is going to be a particular grade item. So I'm going to add category and the first thing on our syllabus is participation. And we want to leave that at simple weighted mean of grades and press Save Changes. Then we're going to add our next category, which on our syllabus is going to be assignments. So we'll do another one. And we have a few others which I'm going to add now to save some time. So now I have the rest of my categories added here. And now that I have everything created, I want to put in the weights and what percentages that these categories are going to be worth. So now you can see under the weights column, there's a text box here that I can include what I want in terms of percentage. So according to our syllabus, participation is going to be worth 10%. So I just put 10%. And then we're going to go down the syllabus and just add whatever the rest of the percentages are. You want to make sure that once you input all of these percentages that you press Save Changes so that way Moodle sets these changes in stone. Now that we've generally set up our gradebook, it's time to learn how we can add grade items into each of these categories. By default, when you use certain features on Moodle, it will automatically create a space for that item in your gradebook. So for example, when we learn about assignments, I'm going to show you how you can take those assignments as you create them from the front page and put them into a category that you've already created directly from that assignment. That's why it's always important to do the gradebook before you start adding assignments, because that way you don't have to go back and forth adding things into different categories. But let's say, for example, we have an item that we want to add that is not an assignment or something that Moodle automatically creates a space for. For this example, we're going to use the forum contributions. Now each week in our course, let's say we have a forum between all the students and the professor, and we want to add them as grade items in our gradebook. To do that, we would go down to Add Grade Item. Here in Item Name, we want to add Forum 1. And now you can be as specific as you want here. If you have a particular title that you have for each week, for each forum, you can put that right inside of Item Name, but I'm just keeping it simple and keeping it as Forum 1. For maximum grade, I'm going to keep mine as is, but again, if you have a particular grade, that's the maximum grade, you can input that here. And when you're all set, you click Save Changes. Now if you do it this way, it's going to appear here at the bottom and not inside of its particular category. So to move it, what we want to do is navigate all the way over to the right, click on the checkbox, and here under Move Selected Items To, we want to choose that category, which would be Forum Contributions. So now if we look at our gradebook, you can see that Forum 1 is inside of the Forum Contributions category, which is basically where my folder example came from before. Now it's almost like Forum 1 is inside the folder of Forum Contributions. And this is how you would go ahead and add grade items going forward. If you want to see how these grades look inside your grader report, you could click on Grades here at the top or here on the left-hand side from your navigation menu. If you click on grades, it's going to open up your graded report. All of your students are going to be listed here on the left-hand side, and all of our categories and anything inside of those categories will be listed here. So you can see we have everything we created, and here we have our grade item inside the forum contributions category. If we want to add grades for these items, we would click Turn Editing On here at the top, and then input those grades inside the solid line boxes here. The dotted boxes are for feedback, and the solid ones are for the actual grade itself. And again, when we learn about assignments, you can grade those in a different way, and I'm going to show you how you can go about doing that. But no matter how you do it, that grade is going to end up here inside of the grader report. This was a very basic example for a Moodle gradebook, but I find that making it as basic as possible makes it easier for you as you go along, just so that way you can keep track of everything, and it keeps it organized, and it keeps everything in one place for you. In our next video, we're going to learn how we can make an assignment on Moodle.